Anyway.
30 seconds.
All right, so Connor has wandered off. Everyone else, welcome to the game.
Hello.
Hello again. So, who are first things first? Who needs fate chips? Fate chips, fate chips, fate chips.
I think I do, but I don't know the rules that well.
Do you know how many fate? All right, you're human, and you haven't taken any stunts yet, right?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Well then, in that case, you would have, and we're at 6, you would have 8 fate chips. So if you have less than 8 fate chips, you get fate chips. If you have more than 8 fate chips, you do not get fate chips.
I think I have less. But I'm
All right.
not sure. I'm trying to log on even as we speak, but it's taking forever.
I know it is a problem. I am sorry about that. Anyone else need fate chips? I believe Connor does, because Connor only has 1, and he spends them. So, like a good person should.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome, Connor. Welcome back, Connor. And fate chips. You don't have 1. I'll put 1 on your face. There you go. Those are your fate chips. Who would like to give us a recap of what happened last week? Don't all speak at once.
I volunteer Patrick.
Travis! So good to hear you speak up.
Okay.
I demand chips.
So everything went horribly wrong because
For you, Maddie?
we charged forward without plan or rhyme or reason. So yeah, in order to steal this thing, in order to steal a gold coin, Eddie secured a room, and sorry about that. And so Eddie secured a room. Then Kit and Parvis went through the vents. Unfortunately, they went noisily through the vents, so people were alerted to their presence, sort of. Vernon went to talk to the quote-unquote Percy McDonald, who apparently has some sort of hateful aura around him that makes everyone hate him.
Mm-hmm.
So he just walked away. Afterwards, he saw someone else walking through, and they recognized each other immediately and started fighting. And it turns out this Percy McDonald is actually Michael Bailey, who is known by some other people for reasons. Was it Sean Alistair that knew him?
Only Sean knows him.
Only Sean. Okay.
Sean apparently has a history with these people.
Yep.
Dylan rushed.
Knew him from Frederick.
Steal things. Got fireballed. Sprinklers went off. Things happened. But we came to an agreement that we'd all just leave and stop fighting.
Yeah, what happened was Michael has really shitty control for his magic, so a lot of it leaks into the environment when he casts it. So it ends up shorting out lots of electronics nearby and setting off sprinkler systems.
Ah. I thought just the fire set off the sprinkler system.
Yeah, the fire did. The fact they had bad control over the power is why the electronics and computers and everything went out.
Yeah. And the lights also went out. Basically, chaos was sown. But yeah, we did come to an agreement to just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, something happened. I don't remember.
I think you all went your separate ways. Caitlin went home with Madeline.
I took Caitlin to Madeline's house. You got patched up.
Caitlin and Madeline met up, and they discussed what happened with Madeline at the place with that house where the kid got shot, and then zombie girl came in and did stuff, resurrected the dead. Bad magic.
No.
Bad magic. No.
I took Caitlin to Madeline's, wherever she was. It was a shop, I think. Madeline patched up Caitlin. They talked for a while, and I went to check on the kid that had gotten injured and discovered that they were being kept alive through necromancy. It was a gray area because he wasn't technically being resurrected. He was just not dying. And I almost lost my mind for like the 5th time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Caitlin, so Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. Yes, you don't have anything to put Caitlin out, do you?
Any what?
Anything to put Caitlin out for like the pain?
Unconscious? No.
Frying pan.
I mean, I probably have over-the-counter pain medication, and I could encourage her to sleep. There's injured people sleep a lot.
Yeah, just give her rum.
True, there is alcohol.
Depresses the immune system, and she has open wounds.
Ah, yes. She's got burns, which are bad. Admittedly, they aren't 3rd degree, I don't think. I think we said they were 2nd degree, which are not fun.
So she's lost a lot of skin, but it hasn't actually
Does she have moderate consequence or severe?
She took a moderate.
Mild. Moderate.
Yeah.
Right. I think moderate's actually supposed to be 1st degree burns, typically, and like severe would be 2nd, and then the extreme consequences are 3rd degree burns. Because you get.
Do you know what a 1st degree burn is?
I know it is. Like there are examples in the book.
It's when you touch something that's uncomfortably warm and it doesn't really do anything but make your skin feel funny for a little bit. It's not or even hurt. If it burn blisters at all, that's a 2nd degree burn.
Yeah.
Really?
1st degree burns are nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
And then if it's actual nerve damage, it becomes 3rd degree.
Yes.
Yeah, once it starts to actually get into your flesh, that's when it's a 3rd degree burn.
Yeah. So she's probably going to be okay. I mean, there's not too much damage, and she's a kitsune, so she'll probably live through it. Question. She does have burns on her side. Did you actually try to cut off all of her clothes so that you could get a look at it?
Probably. I mean, she mentioned that she was resistant towards letting me mess with anything in her, like, skirt area.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know about her side, if she would be uncomfortable with that. If she expressed discomfort, then I would have given her ointments to put on herself.
All right, okay. So, you have not discovered her tail. That was the only thing. No, she's burned there. She's burned in the skirt area also.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, no, don't look at it. Apparently she's being a prude for some reason. Yes.
Well, I wouldn't make her uncomfortable. That wouldn't be very nice.
I know. You can't understand why she's being so just like, weird about it. It's like she doesn't have anything that you don't have and that you haven't seen before. I mean, you've seen worse. You were a medical student. Like and a nurse. So it's not
I
like
was never a nurse.
oh, you weren't a nurse.
No.
Sorry. Then
A nurse is a whole separate thing.
you were a medical student.
Yes. Well, yeah, I was a medical student and I am actually a fully qualified doctor. I'm just a surgical resident, meaning that I haven't been cleared to perform surgeries alone. But yeah, I've actually like finished my medical schooling already.
All right. So, like I said, you don't get why she's being so freaky. I mean,
Yes.
oh my. Let's see a little bit more.
Brendan, did you ever like Scrubs?
I loved Scrubs.
Think of me like JD season 2.
Okay.
Actually a doctor, but not allowed to doctor on my own yet.
All right. Fair enough. That is what you are. Are you still that? I have to ask is have you gotten another residency?
No. I'm taking a dead year.
All right, you're taking a dead year. All right. Okay. So, yes, you also do have someone who is in your house. A very nice young lady who's keeping you company.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't seem like she is what's it called like she seems to talk to you. She seems to go there and she seems to go and help you get Kitlin down.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's getting late. She would have offered you if there's anything you need, if you want to talk about it. And you can tell she sort of senses that you're upset or anxious or confused about something, and it feels like she's trying to get at what it is.
Mm-hmm. In a helpful way, like I'm concerned for you, or in like a prying way, like what's going on.
For you to find that out, you're going to have to roll me empathy.
Right. I still don't think I actually have proper points and things, but it was one of the things I chose.
Sorry, I'll be working on that in a bit. Also, getting you proper stats.
What was the levels again? Like, what's a 2?
All right. So a 0 is mediocre. A 1 is average. A 2 is fair. A 3 is good. A 4 is great. A 5 is superb. And 5 is about the level of that's pressing the level of mortals. Mortals can't really do things above 5.
All right. I'm assigning myself some values of things that I hope aren't out of bounds. Anyway, so I'm sorry. The roll is RF. What was it?
4DF. Roll 4DF.
Okay.
I have to look up. So you've got a 4. That's pretty good.
Yay! Pretty good.
Yes, it is.
Is someone playing Street Fighter in the background?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going insane.
All right, Max, you kick their ass. I'm assuming it's Max.
Oh, sorry. I think it was just my sound, I guess.
No, it's fine.
You have to admit, Guilty Gear has a good soundtrack, though.
It does. That's why I was telling you to kick their ass. I wasn't chiding you. I was legit saying kick their ass.
All right, that should be less visible to the rest of you. Apologies.
Xord.
All right.
I'm guessing anyway.
Oh no, it's accent core.
Nice.
That's
It's the one that was modded when I was in Japan, so it's the one I actually learned how to play correctly.
Okay, that's kick ass.
He's not braggy at all.
Not
Me?
no. Most humble person in the world, that lawyer.
The sad thing is, he's probably the most humble lawyer that I've come across so far.
I'm just in a profession that makes me look humble by comparison.
All right. I mean, it seems like she's, genuinely caring.
Okay.
And there are some points where you're fairly certain it's almost like she's psychic. She knows what to say, but you get the view that she hasn't really she's not looking you directly in the eyes or anything like that. But she's been studying your body language. Your body makes a motion, and you can track her eyes picking it up. So it seems like she's just really aware that she's got your number, and that could be the why for this. I mean, it's obvious if you tell her that there's nothing up, she doesn't buy it, and she starts, and admittedly it'll make her start dancing a little about well, I don't want to pry, but if there's something that you want to talk about, sort of things.
No, I don't think that I would dissemble. I don't think that I would tell her the whole truth, but I would certainly tell her that I was shaken.
All right. What happened?
Oh, well, I had already told her about trying to help a kid and having to send him to the hospital and having had a really, really pretty terrible night.
All right, that does seem like it. Are you sure that's all? It feels like there's something else you're holding back. I mean, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine, but I want you to know that you can trust me.
I am feeling a little bit mixed up about things right now. I mean, taking this time off from my profession has been really hard, and I've been struggling to find direction, and it's been very confusing trying to figure out which way is up.
Well, if you're trying to find your direction and ways up, I mean, I could get you a compass. And she kind of smirks at you. And...
No, that's which way is north.
Isn't it the same? She's like, I understand those feelings. It's like, oddly enough, I've been on my own for years now. I've traveled all around, and I've finally settled in here. And so I can understand how frustrating it can be to not know which way you're going. But I know someone with your spunk and talent is going to go places.
Let's just hope that it's good places.
True. And if you end up in any bad places, you can give me a call, and I'll hurry right there and kick you as ever ass I need to.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet. It makes me feel much better.
Of course. Well, I'm sure you don't want me here taking up all your time, so I suppose I'll be off.
I'm happy to have you anytime, but it is getting rather late, and as I said, I had a very trying evening. I think perhaps some sleep is the best thing for me now.
She reaches into her bag and she drops 2 tickets to the theater. It's just like blank comp tickets.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these are for you for being so gracious and accepting me. at me visiting at this late hour while you're having trouble and accepting my prying. I can understand that I can be a little forward, but it's just when I hear that things happened, I need to make sure that everything's okay.
Thank you very much for your concern. It's made me feel so much better to have you here.
All right. Good to know. And with that, she leaves. All right. So with that done, I'm going to go to one of the people who hasn't had a lot of screen time yet. We're going to look at Vernon.
Vernon was dropped off back in Central Park, as I recall.
Yes, I did. So, Vernon, you were...
I was going to guess Parv. Parv has had, like, no screen time.
Parv has done some stuff.
So is Vernon.
I've had more character development since Vernon couldn't be here for 2 sessions or
That's
so.
true.
Right.
So, makes sense to me.
And Parv and Travis had a whole bunch of screen time when they actually got stuff done and found out very useful information about the hotel that was then only half utilized.
Is anyone else hearing
Yeah.
Brandon crackle?
Robot style? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that case, the robots around it.
I am sorry about that. Let me try this.
It's just like a tiny bit of feedback. Maybe something's not hooked up tight or something.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. Allow me to fully switch things over. That goes out. That goes over there and here.
Much improved.
All right. Hopefully this is better. So anyway, you are all now facing down. Well, when you were all facing down the thing, Parv and Eddie got to do some pretty cool stuff. Parv found a key card that he never checked, and Eddie got a room. So Kitlin got to turn into a fox and do things. Sean has murdered a bunch of people, nearly.
I don't think I've actually come that close to murdering anybody. I beat up some thugs with sticks. They're all right. Just broom handles.
Right. I was wondering why the heck you have 1,234 health, and then I realized it was 123. That is fairly clever.
Well, yeah,
Anyway.
health, mental, then health, social, and mental.
So, Mr. Vernon, you are dropped off at the park. So tell me, Mr. Vernon, I've gotten this from most of the people. I haven't gotten it from you yet. What is a normal day for you like?
So Vernon is very much a night owl. He tends to sleep until the afternoon.
Oh, there. Yeah, a lot of
1 second.
sleeping going on there. There you go.
Sorry, muted Sarah. Continue now.
All right. So Vernon is very much a night owl. He tends to sleep until mid-afternoon. As a consequence, he spends much of the night just kind of wandering around the park. Sometimes he's just keeping to himself, monitoring his thoughts. He does like to protect people. He's not Batman or anything. He's not going to go beat up muggers, but he'll use his glamours or his general trick of speech, his ability to charm, that kind of thing, to prevent would-be bad situations.
All right.
Occasionally go flirt with various people at the coffee shop nearby.
Okay, that works.
One could be forgiven for mistaking him for a white court vampire, except he doesn't actually do the whole feeding on emotions thing. He just enjoys fucking with people's emotions.
Do you actually have an insight emotion?
I don't think so, because I don't think I actually know what that is.
It would be one of the moods, powers that one could take. It is the white court vampire.
No, I do not.
Okay. It's not the one that lets them feed. That's emotional. That's emotion vampire.
No, I just took a almost entirely socially oriented skill set and have basic changeling stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. You have. So I'm going to say you have noticed some things. In fact, one of the things that you've noticed is the various prowling the night. You have run into I have a question for you.
Yes.
How you just wander around at night? You said.
Yeah, Central Park specifically, because that is what I consider home.
All right, and you fight off monsters.
I tend to try to deal with monsters in non-combat ways when possible. I can fight, particularly when transformed, but I choose not to when possible.
All right. So, one second. I'm going to look up where Central Park is just for my reference. Oh, I know. It's in Manhattan.
Yep. It's uptown, as I recall, although I'm bad at geography, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah. All right. It's by the Upper East Side.
It's where all the houses cost all the money. Not just some of the money, all the money.
Yeah, all the money. All right. Let's see.
Except I've got a resources of 0, so I live in the park.
Yeah, that's a thing. So,
If I need to acquire something, I'm not making a resources roll. I'm making one of the myriad social rolls.
all right. How far from Central Park do your rambles usually take you? Like, would you go up into Harlem, which is only a few streets away? Or would you go down into lower Manhattan? Like,
Not more than a block unless given cause, but I mean, given cause, as far as my whims decide I need to go. I'm not
right.
bound there by any like special thing or anything. It's just what I consider home, and absent something that I feel like I need to follow, I'm not going to leave an area pretty close around it.
All right. All right. So you're walking down the street at night, and you notice something.
And what do I notice?
Make me an alertness test, actually, and I'll tell you what you notice.
Oh, alertness. Let's see.
Tell you how much you notice. You're gonna notice something, but yeah.
Alertness is 1. That's not very good. What? Remind me again the command.
/R 40F. I'll be making a macro very soon.
40F. -1.
All right. So, -1. That's poor, not terrible. I mean, you don't notice anything, unfortunately.
Well, then I will continue meandering around Central Park.
You're right. Admittedly, all right.
And enjoy the supermoon in particular. It's a very
Supermoon.
pleasant.
It is. I don't know if tonight is actually the supermoon. I haven't established exactly when this is, and I would take some thinking in order to establish exactly when. Yeah. Admittedly, how up do you keep? Does he keep on local news?
Depends on where the news is coming from. If it's something that he's likely to be able to get from gossip, then very. If it's something that he would need an actual news source for, not likely.
All right. So you've heard that there have been a few. All right. There have been a couple people who have been found dead in and around the park.
Well, that does give me cause for concern, and I would want to figure out who, what, why. And also, is there any risk that I'm going to be next? It's always somewhere in the mix, you know.
I mean, admittedly, from what you heard, it sounds there are some bodies that are just found like just plain dead.
Well, it's Central Park. Of course, there's some bodies. Come on.
Yeah. No, there are of course there's several people who have found shot. Several people who have been found stabbed. Some of them were alive at the time of being found, and some of them even survived. There are a few more people who found seemingly mauled by wild animals, which is odd. Almost like there might be someone out there who's hunting with a dog or some kind, but what kind of psycho would do that?
Now, from my experiences with Fairy, in particular with the sort of side elements of Fairy, would I potentially suspect this as a wild hunt?
Okay, all right. Sorry. Steph was making a comment about how she only chews on the bodies a little bit when she kills them. Anyway, it's not actually Steph. It's quite possible that these were fairy kills.
That makes me even more concerned.
Yeah, possibly not the wild hunt. Definitely not the wild hunt. If it was the wild hunt, you would know. You would know because of the big fucker standing beside you that looked at you and didn't join or die.
That's true. Have I ever been called to a wild hunt? I don't know. I suppose that's something I probably should have figured out.
Yeah, that is. Admittedly, wild hunts tend not to come to cities a lot, mainly because there's not that good hunting. I mean, humans aren't actually that good of game for the wild hunt because, I mean, they're really easy to get.
There.
It's if the wild hunt is going to appear in a certain place, it's because of a reason. So it's unlikely that you have ever been called to the wild hunt if you've only been in New York. If you've been in other areas, it's quite possible that you ran across the wild hunt.
Actually,
in fact,
Sarah just raised an interesting point, but she couldn't be heard because she was being muted. Can you ever actually leave the wild hunt once you're part of it?
Yes. See, the thing is, well, when the wild hunt ends, it releases everyone in the area. I know this is specifically commented on because Thomas Wraith from the books once got caught up in a wild hunt and was able to get out of it. And this should have happened by the time Sarah is up to. Yes. You should be able to unmute. If there are any more questions. But yes, you would be able to get out of it. Although if you've joined, you might be asked again to come, and there might be a call. Admittedly, if you're not in the area and you go, no, okay, thanks, I'm busy, it's not like too big of an insult, really, because there are plenty of people who don't go hunting every single time. The rules of the hunt are, if the hunt comes across you,
or die.
You join or die. Yes. Anyway.
So I guess I will actively investigate those killings to the best of my ability. You know, keep an eye out during my nightly walks for any strange animals.
Roll me investigation.
Investigation, that I think might be a 0. Let's see. Investigation. No, 2. Okay, that's something I got. I can learn things. Zero. I'm rolling a lot of minus signs today.
All right. Evan, you are able to roll me lore.
That is a 0. 1.
1. All right. So you're not able to get much. I mean, you're able to track down the locations where several attacks occurred. Each location has, you think, a weird energy signature about it that you can just barely feel. But apparently, that's not where you're not the best about figuring that out. That might be something that you need someone else's assistance for. So we're gonna stop right there for right now, because you now have at least a thread. You didn't get the big thing, but you got a thread. So
I rolled rather poorly. It happens.
yes. The thing I want to ask you is, what is Vernon's plan to move forward with this information? How are you planning on utilizing what you have just discovered, basically? Are you going to go directly to someone to ask for help? I mean, there is that guy that you went to that one time, and, like, he summoned stuff up and got you some answers.
There's also Sean, who I just signed on to do a favor I knew nothing about for.
Mm-hmm. Admittedly,
And that went pretty tits up pretty quick, as I recall.
It did. It went horribly. You almost might want to get him as help on things.
So this actually could be a valuable opportunity for him to square things up.
Yeah. Although it is like 2 o'clock at night, so it might not be the best. I mean, I'm sure that you've not had, like, has Vernon ever had a significant other?
No.
No. All right. So, what's your empathy score?
Empathy is a 0, unfortunately.
Empathy is a 0.
Yeah.
I mean, there shouldn't be any reason that you should that showing up at 2 o'clock at the middle of the night is going to be a problem, except for the fact that he's asleep. But I'm sure if you bang hard enough on the windows, he'll wake up.
I mean, I don't think empathy of 0 necessarily equates to, like, Asperger's syndrome, though.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a lot of skills in this game. There's bound to be a lot of zeros. They can't all be incredibly inept.
Yeah. The negatives is inept. What Brandon is suggesting is kind of mental disability.
True enough. Admittedly, I suppose
If he rolls a negative, go for it.
You would know enough to understand that you should probably wait till morning to talk to him about these things. Yes.
True. That said, you could tag my aspect night owl, cough, cough, to try to make me, if you wanted to. I don't know. Discretion.
It's
also worth noting,
look.
I didn't actually complete my 2 guest star aspects that evening, so I picked 2 that seemed appropriate to the character.
Okay.
And
then
I'm sure I
that is
could figure out how to work into a story. But
right. Is there a place where you have these listed so that I can look at them?
yes, on bio and info.
Very well. I still need to. I've had a whole lot of stuff that I had to do, so I haven't had time to make my full list of everyone's aspects that I really need to do. All right.
Yeah, I also have one aspect from the day of character creation that I do not remember at all what it was supposed to mean.
All right.
Between
So
a rock and a cold place.
Then we should probably get you a different one than that.
Probably has something to do with you being homeless.
Winter, but you couldn't decide with summer either. She like.
That was the story, but I'm not sure how that works as an aspect.
And I think
Aspects are supposed to have a good part too.
Not necessarily. If it has more bad parts, you'll
No,
get more
my
chips out
negative
of it.
thing is Legacy of Jess and Sun Snow. We'll worry about that later.
Your whole idea for aspects is that they have good and bad aspects of themselves, so to speak. But you can have one that's just all bad, and that can work out fine because you'll be getting a ton of chips off of that.
so. Anyway, I'm going to be giving you a chip right here. So you're wandering around, and you hear behind you, whoop whoop.
The police, huh?
Yeah,
I'm gonna run.
I'm sure you would.
Wait, I'm supposed to wait for you to offer me a chip before I say that, aren't I?
It's on your face right now.
Okay, I'm gonna run.
The chip is for the police being there. How you deal with it is up to you. Also, they have a car.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm absolutely going to run like full-blown parkour and incorporate glamours into my running as best as I can.
Question is,
I'm a
what direction are you running? Are you running towards the park or away from the park?
Towards the park.
All right. So, please feel free to take that chip and give me an athletics roll.
Athletics 0. That's not cool. Just take a look at my things real quick. No, that's tied to transformation, and I'm not transformed. -1.
So yeah, you kind of start to run, and they move their car in front of you, causing you to slam into it, and you go tumbling to the ground. And the next thing you know, as you're trying to get up, there's a knee in your back, and guys are holding you to the ground. And it's like, all right, don't move, you're under arrest. Well, he was trying to run, so like he's obviously guilty of something.
Guilty of, well, as they're cuffing me, knee in my back and everything, I'm going to, in my finest and most proper or accent that I can muster, which my character can do better than I can. Pardon me, good officers, but I must trouble you to know what precisely I'm being detained for.
Resisting arrest.
I was not conscious of the fact that I was being arrested prior to, this arrest for resisting arrest, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure you didn't, buddy. They start patting you down looking for identification. I'm assuming you don't have identification.
Nope.
All right.
Do I have any really substantial possessions?
All right. Oh, what do we have here? Like,
I feel the need to point out that Max is method acting and has actually restrained his hands behind his back to get in the mood.
Max, take a second chip for that. All right.
You're welcome.
Just take it. Take a second chip for that. You got both of those. Those are yours. Take them.
I took them out of the thing already and put them because I can't move the ones that are on the board.
Oh, all right. Well, that sucks. Anyway. So, so you, it's like, what's this? And they pull a bag of, they have a dime bag of, weed.
Freeze frame.
Yeah.
Can I glamour that weed into a small child's toy? I'm not fully...
You won't be able to glamour that weed into a small child's toy until you can see it. Because... And even at that, they're going to, do stuff. But you can try. You can roll deceit.
That's something I'm good at.
Believe.
But I still roll like garbage, so 2.
All right. So, the cop, sees the bag of weed apparently turn into something in his hand.
Sorry, I should have been more clear. If I have to wait to be able to see it, then I'm also going to try to do it when they are not looking. The goal being for them to say, what do we have here? And then me to say, a Tamagotchi? Or I'm trying to think of a toy small enough to fit into a dime bag.
Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get that. You
Gotcha.
can get it with all but one of them. The one that's actually holding it, who's keeping his eye on it. All right. Roll me alertness and get a 3, and you might be able to pull that off. Because you're going to have pretty good alertness to track all 3 of them at once.
Now, could I tag Smooth Operator and give you back a chip for a bonus?
Yes.
Excellent. How do I remove a chip from my thing?
You just pull it up onto the screen.
It's not cooperating.
You should be able to just click on that thing and just be able to click on the chips.
I am having difficulty removing the chip. I will make the roll and then go back and try and remove it. So, and that adds +2 to the roll, correct?
Yes.
Haha!
So, is this 6 + 2 to be an 8?
No, it is, for alertness, it is 6 total.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Here, keep this in mind.
Yes.
You don't have to spend chips until after you roll. So,
that is good to know.
Get back up then.
Yeah. So you can take that chip back because you are obviously over what you would have needed to.
Although I can't put that particular chip back for whatever reason.
You can't right-click and do take chip? Or take
There
card?
we go.
Yeah. You have to right-click and take the stuff in order to get it off the...
In order to open your inventory of chips, you gotta click on the chip on your name. Then you can click on one of the chips and drag it.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so now we've learned it. So yeah, You're able to get there, and they're like, they're like, what the hell? What the hell is this? Like, one of them sort of glares at you. You think you're cute, huh? What'd you do with the drugs?
Gave them up way back when I was living in Seattle. I saw some stuff over there, man. They have the good LSD.
LSD?
I'm
Where
sure
do
that'll
you
go
live?
well.
Here one day, there another. You know how it is around here. New York rents. Who can keep up with one place for any length of time?
So, what's your current address?
I'm between places at the moment, one might say.
Between places?
Well, and then I'm going to... I don't know this actual address off the top of my head, but I'm going to list a couple of local shelters.
All right. Let's go there and get you checked in then. And they throw you into the back, and they take you to a shelter.
Should have given them my address.
I don't know your address.
Well, you've been there.
I don't think I was... Oh, yeah, I was there very briefly afterwards before... No, I think they took me back to Central Park before we went to your house last time.
No. In the background stories,
Oh, right.
you've been to the shop and met me and my uncle, and you know Connor's character is name was James. Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, I don't think I'd bring the police to a friend's house, though.
Even when they're probably going to take you in for vagrancy?
Vagrancy?
I do owe you a
Pretty
favor.
sure it's not a
If you
crime.
gave them my address and say it was me, I would probably, say, yeah, he's staying with me. That would be the favor.
Clearly, it's a crime. You're just vagranting around.
I mean, unless it's... I guess this time of year they have enough shelters for everyone, but during the summer I think there's actually just not enough beds for everyone to stay in a shelter. Because there's some shelters they only open in the winter. Anyway, getting too philosophical about it, I think.
Okay, apparently it was a charge. It has been deemed unconstitutional.
That sounds about right.
But still, basically they've assessed that you're basically homeless, so they're trying to get you to a shelter.
Okay. I'll go to a local shelter and then once they're gone, head back to Central Park.
All right.
Why don't you just stay in the shelter? What's so bad about a shelter?
It's not home.
Neither is a park.
That's where
I
we
guess
have
'cause you're
different ideas. Wait, why are we talking in character? We're not together.
I'm not talking character. I'm asking
Oh!
why not stay in a shelter?
Max, you make it so hard for me not to just give you all the shit. Anyway. So
actually, you asked earlier what a standard day in the life of Vernon is. That would be my answer. Our little encounter just there.
all right.
A slice of life for Vernon Sunsnow.
Okay. I needed to get that down so that I could, So yeah, you get taken to a shelter. The shelters are just going to let you leave, because I would think that if they've taken you in, that they're not going to let you wander out.
I mean, I may have to sneak out.
All right. Roll me stealth. Actually, the first one they take you to is all full up. So they look at you and they go, "This shelter, huh?"
I shrug my shoulders, say, they're quick to fill the beds once you leave. I went for an evening stroll. My walks get long sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should just take you to the station. You can sleep it off there.
Sleep what off? I'll consent to a breathalyzer if you're concerned that this is drunk in public, but otherwise you have no basis for holding me, officer. Sorry, my character would not have said that.
Yeah. Roll scholarship for me, please. I understand that you are a lawyer.
Yeah, but no, even if my character knew that, he would not have said that.
Yeah.
So, my character, like, I'll roll scholarship, but even if I pass it, I'm taking that one back.
Oh, I understand, but you could rephrase it in different ways.
Reform might be.
That's actually got a 2 on scholarship.
About reform modified by scholarship.
Yeah.
He's trying to talk him into laying him off.
So yeah, it's gonna be more like sleep what off? You can't prove anything.
Yeah. All right.
Test me if you need to test me, but then let me go.
All right. Look, I'm getting tired of your lip.
Then let me go. You'll be free of it. Kind of wave my hands like dust being flowed into the window.
Yeah, sure. No, they keep driving you around, and then they drive you to the station, and they take you in, and they put you in a cell. No. What they're doing is not legal. It's not at all.
No, I know it's not, and just like there's generally paperwork and whatnot involved that they would have to at least gin up something.
Oh yeah, no. Look, one of the cops goes and he writes something on a paperwork that, if you get to see, is barely legible, and then they file it in the round file basically, and throw you in for drunk in public.
So I'm going to spend the remainder of the evening attempting to fuck with any visible paperwork from my cell. Depending on the station layout, I have no idea, what kind
Unfortunately,
of
all you see around you is other cells. I remember there's a guard at a desk. They lead you into another room. This isn't like you're in the holding cell where they're in the TV shows where they're leading you in. This is like a separate cell where there's like 2 guards at the front, and they're talking and watching TV and things like that.
Well, I'm gonna fuck with their TV.
How are you gonna fuck with their TV?
I think, let's see, animal porn.
Good one.
All right. So yeah, throughout the whole entire rest of the night, there's the TV, even after they unplug it, showing signs of damage. Hot chicken on cow action. Yeah.
3 lemurs and a chihuahua. Let's make it interesting.
Well then.
So, next day comes, you get released.
I'm gonna go back to Central Park and get to bed. I couldn't sleep all night.
All right. You walk into Central Park and there's a crime scene around where you usually stay.
See, when I encountered this at night, I was interested and wanted to find out more about it, but now it's fucking with my sleep.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's a police cordon, and there's actively police officers there, and you're fairly certain that if you go up and try to get in there, you're going to end up back at the station, and there's going to be more animal porn.
And you can see, anyone looking at Vernon would be able to see him mentally going through this thought process, but then also going through the follow-up thought process, but that's where I sleep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I mean, maybe you shouldn't sleep where people get murdered.
They usually don't. Unfortunately, I was predisposed last night. I'm sure I could have done something about this, but in the meantime, because of the fuckers that are now preventing me from sleeping, I am now prevented from sleeping.
Question, do you have Inhuman Recovery?
No, I have speed and strength, and only when transformed.
Alright, so speed and strength only when transformed. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're not gonna like this. You skipped a night of sleep, which is not good.
Well, no, not yet, because I sleep in the morning to early afternoon.
Okay, well then you're getting tired.
Like, I'm actively seeking to go to sleep right now. This is my
Right.
bedtime. Hence me being pissed off about the police investigation going on in the middle of my bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Evidently, I should mention this is probably not the first time that you've been roused, because if you're sleeping in Central Park in the day, there are a lot of people that'll walk through, and you're probably roused from your slumber by cops pretty routinely.
Yeah,
people
but I
tell
mean,
you to get along and go somewhere else.
having a very deep experience with a very deep personal knowledge of the area of the park in character, and having the ability to glamour, I imagine those two things combined aid one in getting a decent sleep.
Your glamours, I'm not so certain will be able to be maintained while you're unconscious, is my only issue.
That is a good point. I really need to read more. I know that the glamours allow veils and one other kind of spell whose name is escaping.
Seemings.
Seemings, yes.
Veils and seemings, but I'm fairly certain they only really work while you're conscious. I mean, it would have to be a pretty... Considering that they're somewhat tied to the more evocation side, and not like the thaumaturgy side, where if it was like a thaumaturgy veil, that might be able to be set up and then you go to sleep. And it lasts for however long, and then you wake up. But with this being stuff that you can just plain do, it's probably short-term and requires you to be awake and constantly maintaining it. So as soon as you pass out, anyone can see you. I mean, it's not like you can turn into a rat and go find a spot, or you have a house like anyone else, or you're Kitlin, who basically apparently can sleep on the street and with other homeless people. So, Mr. Vernon, where are you going to go?
I don't know. I mean,
you have friends.
I do. I suppose it's probably time that I bring it to Sean's attention so that he can help me get back to sleep.
All right. I mean, if you just need a place to sleep, Maddie does have a pretty big upstairs.
No, he does not want a bed. That is something he actively does not want.
Ah.
He does not enjoy sleeping indoors. He does not enjoy sleeping on a bed. He wants to sleep outside.
All right. Sean might have a yard.
I mean,
No,
he's not going to them for a crash space. He's going to them for help in getting these fuckers out of his bed.
Yeah, that might not be a thing that can be done in a day. But if he is, full on you. Feel free to go and do it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that he's necessarily going to succeed, but that is what he is setting out to do.
All right, so you are setting out to do what exactly? Please give me the intent.
I am going to Sean and asking him to help me figure out what the hell keeps going on, bringing these pigs into my bedroom and preventing me from getting a decent day's sleep.
All right, so Sean, you have a knock on your door. Early morning.
What the fuck? Ah, goddammit. I want to go through the... I assume I have one of those, peepholes?
Yeah. It's Vernon.
Lord. Vernon, why are you here so early?
I know it's bedtime, and I'm not happy about it. Someone keeps killing fuckers in the park, and I think it might be something out of our neck of the woods. Our meaning, he kind of gestures to himself.
Right. What makes you think it's something... It makes you think it's something that's more in our area and not just, a mugger?
Oh, for one,
Or,
I've got
two hobos that fought over something?
Well, for one, when you consider muggers, in my neck of the woods, you've really got Sam, Billy, Joe, Juan, and Samantha. And it just doesn't match any other MOs. I mean, I wasn't actually there last night, so I wouldn't have been able to intervene, but I just don't see any of them doing it quite like this. Also, a feeling.
Like what?
There's energy involved.
Energy.
Look, I've never been good at the voodoo bullshit, but it's involved here.
Did you see the body?
Not up close.
What kind of injuries they sustained?
Death. Pretty severe case, as I understand it.
Oh, Sean, I should mention,
God damn it.
you have an issue. Riley returned home only a few hours ago. She was out basically all night
Be back in a second.
investigating the locations that you were talking about because she needs to look at them before the sun comes up. So Riley only recently came in. Like you got home, you got home late. You kind of told her what was going on, and she was like, "All right." She got her stuff on, and she headed out. You are the one who's in charge of the family.
She's not here right now?
She's here. She's just asleep.
Alright. So what's the problem exactly?
The kids are going to wake up soon, and there's certain things that need to happen.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see now. What time is it?
Because I can steal now. So, Sean, what are you doing? And please feel free to take your chip for your family causing you problems. Hello? I can hear you. You went, like, totally silent, like... All right.
Back.
Welcome back. Sean, I asked you, I told you that you have a chip.
Not hear anything you said before, like just now.
All right. The chip is yours. And I told you that Riley is currently asleep.
Right?
The kids
I
are going
asked
to
you
have
what time
to,
it was.
what time it is. We'll say it is 4:30.
Right, so the kids aren't going to be waking up for like another 3.5 hours. At least.
Possibly. There are some kids that might wake up soon. Also, there's the baby.
Alright, so what's the chip for?
The chip is for the fact that you have problems at home and you can't, in fact, go out and investigate right now.
Right. But if it was... What kind of energy? Like, Fey? Mortal magic?
Hard to pinpoint.
Ah, jeez. Go find Eddie. Ask him to help. He has some experience in this area. I can't help right now. The kids are going to be waking up, so I'm going to have to take care of them.
Oh, I see how it is. Not like I ever jumped in on anything at the last seconds at your requests.
Well, there's a difference here, man. When I asked you to come along, you weren't doing anything. Right now, I'm doing lots of things. I got a family to take care of. If you'd come to me about this like 2 hours earlier, or in the morning, it'd be fine.
But 2 hours earlier, the pig was in the middle of her final scene with the llama.
Look, man, I'm way too tired for your lingo. Tell you what, go get Eddie, ask him to help, tell him that I send you to him. I'd appreciate if he helped you. And tomorrow, you come get me and I'll come down and check out the scene.
Well, I suppose if you're the one sending me to Eddie, it still works, right? I don't know. I'd call someone on the other side to ask them the rules, but they'd probably want something in exchange for explaining them.
Okay, I still owe you a favor.
Connor, I'm only making out like one word in 10. You're crackling a lot. Is it me or is it you?
I hear it too.
You're crackling a lot?
Yeah.
You're crackling right now?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. How about now?
Still.
Alright.
Alright. While we're waiting to do this, I do have to bring up something. It's coming to my attention that possibly the fears that I did have originally with this game are going to come to fruition. Back when I said that most games I had, the game really got together because there was a strong core that everyone was pulled around. It seems like I was trying to do that with the bar, but I don't think we have everyone fully tied in with that, which is leading to all of these very separate things where only very few people are doing things, and characters not knowing and going to everyone, which part of me is afraid is making it unfun for certain people who basically sit around and not have anything to do.
I would just note that the reason why I'm so focused on going to Sean here is not because of a specific tie, but because of a perception of debt.
I understand that, but it's being
Can you
hard
better now?
a little.
Not the same.
But it's still.
I'm the same.
The thing is, I am afraid. I don't see this group actually coming together and being a group and doing things, and I am worried that maybe we do need to somewhat work on tying characters a little more closely together.
Well, what if we plan an event that throws us all together? So, Kitlin's feeling better in the morning. We all end up. She takes me to the bar, so I know where it is. We all meet up there for one reason or another, fate, whatever, and then something happens. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Right. I think part of the problem with characters being connected is because we were going to a bar for it. It's not really working because one, Madeline isn't connected to that at all, and two, it's not really something that we're making use of that actually meet up with each other.
That scene in Star Wars where Leia is coming to rescue Han, and she's got that translator mask thing on. That is precisely what you sound like to me right now.
Right, yeah, I think the problem is that somebody...
Nope, that's not English.
No, I think my parents' service is just using Hulu right now, so it's fucking with the bandwidth.
That
nothing's,
is possible.
Nothing's changed on my end. I'm using the same equipment and the same settings. So, I'll go check.
And really, getting back to what you had said about the bringing everyone together,
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that would possibly be that could be a possible thing that happens, but part of me is worried that it's not going to be enough. Part of me would like. Part of me thinks that it might be better if everyone had something that you all cared about in common.
Well, we all seem to have a strong bond with Connor's character. I mean, perhaps the thing that happens is to him, and we have to all get together to help him and get to know each other that way.
All right, that is a possibility. I know
mean,
that
he did go and have a family, and that's just asking for trouble.
Yes, no. Going and having a family is something that is going to keep him out there. However, I don't want it to revolve too much around a single player character, simply because while I think that you, Madeline, and you, Vernon, do have strong connections with Sean, and Eddie does have a connection there, Harvest and Kit don't really have that strong of a connection to him.
Can you hear me better now?
About the same.
A little. About the same, but a little better.
Right.
Kit has a...
My sister just got home. She's probably watching something downstairs. My little sister was watching something on a tablet, but she's got my parents are watching Hulu in the living room. So it's mostly
Have you tried just restarting Hangouts? I know that sounds really simplistic, but sometimes that's all it takes for me.
Sure.
Yeah. As I was saying, is Kitlin also seems like a connected character. She's connected to Parvis and Madeline, and I could see her being connected to Vernon also. With sort of the street people vibe there. I mean...
Is that better?
Yes. Or at least it sounds better
Yeah,
now.
actually, yeah.
Alright. Weird. So, anyways, we're talking about character connections and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my scene pretty much resolves with, go talk to Eddie, I have shit to deal with.
Okay. So, Vernon,
Yeah.
you were told to go talk to Eddie.
How much do I know about Eddie?
Eddie, are you still here?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember if you and Vernon crossed paths in the backstory?
We did. Byrne was involved in my the deaths on campus, and what was it on? Second.
Ooh, goody, he was involved in one of your mysteries.
All right.
This was asking you
Yes.
for help
Yeah.
with a mystery.
Involving people dying.
So I guess I'll
This is right up your character alley.
go to his place of residence.
All right. You head to Staten Island. Do you have a car?
No.
The fuck?
Are you going to walk, or are you going to try to find someone who would have a car?
Could try taking a
Or
shortcut
you
to
going
Never
to-
Never.
Or are you going to take a ferry?
I don't think I can travel to the ferry.
No, a ferry. Like,
Oh. It's that island ferry. I think I'm just gonna fair jump a cab. I'll seaming myself into a different person before I get to the initial cab and jump, run, change back to myself.
Oh, all right. So I need you to roll me rapport to get the cabbie to agree to take you to Staten Island, because that's.
You know they can get in trouble if they specifically try screening rides like that.
They're what?
They can get in trouble for screening rides. I mean, they still do it almost universally. They can get in trouble for that.
They could, but
But will they?
yeah.
That's the wrong window. Three or two. Sorry.
2. All right. All right, he's willing. He's like, all right, Staten Island.
So the very well dressed businessman gets out and says, "Thank you very much. Now how much do I owe you?"
200.
Wow, that seems a bit steep. And then I turn and bolt down an alley. Take a turn, and an alley obviously small enough that a car cannot follow. Once I'm around a corner, poof, I'm running again. Hey, I look nothing like that businessman.
Roll me deceit.
Asshole.
Wait, Eddie, are you in Staten Island or are you in New Jersey?
I'm in New Jersey.
Oh wait, yeah, he's in New Jersey. Sorry.
Okay, so it had to have been. Well, actually, that makes the $200 taxi ride more appropriate. 3 on the deceit.
All right.
are we talking like Hoboken, or are we talking like an hour away from the sea?
Not Hoboken, but near it.
Yeah, he lives pretty close. But yeah. So now you get dropped off in New Jersey.
And then I, once, I'm confident that I have disposed of the chauffeur. That sounds a lot more like I killed someone than reality. I knock on Eddie's front door.
Ah, yes. All right. Eddie looks through the What do you call them? The
People.
people? It's Vernon. And he opens the door. Welcome.
Vernon yawns very, very loudly, because by now I imagine it's probably noonish.
Oh, I had trouble sleeping. Long night.
Oh, it's right about, well, 2 or 3 hours from now is when I should be waking up. But there's a dead guy in my bedroom. And a whole bunch of fuck-off cops looking into it.
Sounds like fun.
Right. And I was thinking it might be just the kind of fun that you could help me with. Especially since apparently you owe Sean a favor and Sean owes me a favor, so favors for everyone. Come on, let's go to Central Park. You're driving.
It's not one of your typical stabbings.
No. I've already been over it. It definitely couldn't have been Samantha, and I don't think any of the others would have had the stomach to do it quite like this. I mean, they get violent, but they usually aren't killers. All it usually takes is a kind word to set them on the right path. But this is something else.
All right, let's go. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Excellent.
No matter how many times they try to keep us from the truth, we'll find it.
Yes, truth, justice, and the American way. Now.
All right, so yeah, we'll take the car there. Wait, did you really just drive all the way over here to talk to me to drive all the way back?
Drive? God, no. I found a ride.
Nah. Out of character, do you know have a cell phone?
I never quite got the details on those.
Okay.
Doesn't have the personal touch of a face-to-face.
All right, so where do you sleep?
There's this tree. It's well enough off the beaten paths that generally you can get away with not having people trample you, but close enough to the well-known areas that you can pass as a college kid sleeping during the early morning break. Gets the job done just right. And the morning sun goes through the leaves in such a way that it doesn't get in your eyes, but it still has a nice warming effect.
Out of character, is it Central Park?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll start driving there. I don't need to actually roll driving, do I? I mean, I can. I have a decent driving skill.
I think driving is only supposed to be rolled when you're driving in dangerous circumstances, so you're going into Manhattan. Make the roll.
But it's also for knowing where places are in the city.
But it's in terms of Central Park, that's pretty central.
Everyone knows where Central Park is.
Yeah, you can get there without doing a drive roll.
It's pretty big.
Yep.
All right,
And I had no idea how to get there.
Do we arrive there without being assaulted or something?
I mean, go through the Lincoln Tunnel, okay? Yeah, you drive around the side. You drive around until you get to a place. You can see it's cordoned off. There still seems to be some police officers there.
It's the spot. Right there. Just being near it makes me tired.
Let's see. So, did you actually get a chance to look at the body?
No, there were a lot more of them earlier, and I had kind of just pissed off some of their coworkers by taunting them with animal porn in the jail all night. It was a long and rather interesting night. I would enjoy it a lot more, however, if it had been followed by an uneventful morning's sleep.
All right. Well, whatever. All right. So, are there any actual cops nearby, or is it just?
Yeah. He said there were still a few in the area. I suppose you never actually said that there were fewer, but I kind of got the impression there were fewer.
Yes, there are fewer.
All right, so how do you propose we get near the scene?
I mean, I can certainly hide us well enough if you just need to get closer and get a glimpse. This view, I can almost certainly get us within a good viewing distance.
Well, anything's better than nothing.
All right. I guess just a full-blown veil on this one. And I'll
All
roll the
right.
deceit, but if a veil deceit fails, it does not reveal you, correct? It just means that someone can perceive that something is wrong?
It might reveal you.
Gotcha. So it depends on the size of the difference and all that, I suppose. 2 on the deceits.
All right, you managed to. All right, you're probably going to be able to get one of you past, but probably not the other.
I suppose it's not my choice, but I'm the investigator here, so I should probably be the one going.
I think he's more likely to know. I'm better at getting close, but he's more likely to do something with the knowledge, so I'll get him close.
All right. So now you could veil him, and then you have to make some sort of a distraction. So you go off, you do your own distraction thing. You veil him. He's going in, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Actually, quick. Are any of the cops on the scene cops that I recognized from the station the previous evening?
Roll me an alertness.
-1.
Nope, not that you notice.
All right then. I guess I'll just start doing street magic nearby. Grab some pebbles,
Alright.
leaves, other various objects from around, and make them disappear. Make them appear behind people's ears. Close enough to the cops to be distracting, but not actually directly engaging the cops, unless it looks like they're able to very easily ignore me, in which case I might offer to include them as a volunteer. Try to rope them.
Considering you have actual glamour, you could probably make a fair amount of coin just, being an actual street performer.
Probably, but it'd get bored pretty quick, I imagine. He does street
So just do
performance
it
not to make
occasionally.
money. He does street performance to fuck with people.
Eddie, you get
Yes.
close. You're able to slip through the police cordon. You do have to dodge a few police officers, but you're able to get close enough in to see. It's not just one body; it's several bodies.
All right. Excellent. So, how does it look like they died? Any obvious
It
wounds?
looks like they died. Pretty obvious wounds. It looks like the bodies were hacked up.
Are they in one piece, or are they just big gashes and slashes?
They're in mostly one piece. There are some pieces missing, like hands and heads and parts of shoulders.
Hmm.
Oh, and carved onto the tree is this.
Ruh-roh. Looks like some axes.
Some what?
Yep. It's also carved into several of the bodies.
It's never a good sign.
Are we dealing with Heartless?
Possibly. Definitely.
Admittedly, Travis should recognize this symbol.
I think I do.
Roll me a... Roll me driving.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that symbol. That is the symbol for Legion.
Knew it.
Symbol for what?
That street family. Legion, the street
Yes,
family
Legion
that's been
runs
causing problems.
Runs the streets.
Yeah. You're lucky. You're lucky you spent the night in a thing, because yeah, the bodies there, they look like they're homeless people.
Oh shit. Think I could roll an investigation for examination, see if there's any other patterns or just other information about this I could pick up on here.
Sure, give me an investigation check. All right, you are fairly certain that that two of the bodies were not killed here. Three of them looks like they were.
Huh.
Sorry, I should say three of them were not killed here. Two of them looks like they were.
Okay.
Looks like that someone, admittedly, some of them seem to have defensive wounds, and you think you see one of them had a tongue cut out, and has more extensive bruising on the body. But, yeah. It looks like a lot of them were dumped here and left. And then the symbol was carved into a tree as a sign that Legion is apparently making a push towards Central Park.
Interesting. Okay.
It's suffice to say it won't be safe in this area for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. There's nothing else. I think I'll go ahead and head back out, sneak out. Maybe
All right.
I don't know if there's actually maybe something else I could do. See if are the police talking about anything? Are they like talking about the crime or anything that they may have found out?
Sure. Roll me stealth.
Eavesdrop.
Modified by your alertness.
Okay. That'd be... Well, if it's modified, I have no stealth. So do I actually get any bonus from that?
All right, how about this? How about you roll your alertness modified by stealth?
Okay. I have way more alertness. So if, shit. If I have 0 stealth and 4 alertness, what's the total for that?
You lose a point of alertness.
Okay. Okay.
All right. You think you aren't able to get close, really? I mean, you think you start hearing them say things about again. It's like and not worth it, and the phrase "kick it on up the ladder."
Hmm.
So that's basically all you can get before
Right.
they start like.
I'll go ahead and sneak my way out. And return to Vernon.
So I suppose my preemptive question before he reports the things to me is, what does my character know about Legion?
They're a street family.
Have they had presence in
They're
this
a
area
group of
before? Or?
Not really. I mean, they had a growing influence. They've been claiming more and more territory and been basically jumping more and more people into their little like gang. You know that most of the thuggers and the muggers and the robbers and the other, gangs leave them alone because when fucked with, if you fuck with someone who is in Legion, they tend to make sure that you remember it. Basically.
Okay, so Ed'll kind of go over near a tree or something, sort of gesture to Vernon as the glamour vanishes, or the whatever it's called.
And Vernon will join him.
All right, so there are five bodies in there, and they are hacked to bits. And worse yet, there's this the symbol for the Legion is pretty much everywhere, carved into the trees and the bodies. Some of the bodies are missing limbs and or heads. Bodies all looked homeless.
I'd heard of these guys, but they were mostly sticking out to their own territory.
Guess they're expanding.
Yeah, but they're expanding into the wrong place. Now this is personal. I need to teach them the error of their ways. But first, I need a nap.
Might want to slow down there. These are, the Legion rules the streets, right?
All the more reason why they need to be taught the error of their ways. We want wise and benevolent rulers, don't we?
Quick question, just
Yes.
out for my own curiosity. Does hacking up random homeless people seem like a thing the Legion would do? Aren't they kind of not important enough?
Depends. Did those homeless people give them lip? Did were those homeless people trying to say hit on one of their sisters, like in the family? Were those homeless people harassing them? Were the homeless people just in one of their spots? Did those homeless people try to steal from them? Did they get into a fight with someone?
Yeah. Has Legion been known to hack people up in the past, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
admittedly, they're wanted criminals, but they seem to be able to avoid the police. So what are you guys doing?
Trying to find a place to take a nap, because at this point I am exhausted.
You can head back
Could
to
try
my
the
place.
shelter.
Or the shelter.
God, no.
Why?
I'm sure there's a second favorite spot I've got somewhere in the park.
Possibly. Do
I
you
don't
really
know.
want to be in the park, though?
Yeah.
Are you sure this place is safe with what happened there?
Is it safe? No. Is it home? Yes. This is Central Park. It's never safe.
Well, there's safe, and then there's actively waiting to get murdered in your sleep.
Eh. As it stands, you'd be amazed how many people you can evade by just going a few branches up.
All right. While you're sleeping it off, I can go spread the word of my contacts, see maybe find out what happened there.
And yeah, as insinuated, I'm going to try to find an area elevated in the trees that I can stretch across a couple of decent-sized branches.
Roll me survival.
That's one that I actually have pretty good. Pretty good, I mean one.
All right, you find a place. Harv, how you doing?
I'm here.
What have you been up to What were you up to last night?
Finding a nice alley to crash in. Well, probably more accurately,
Right.
one of my few safe locations.
All right. One of your safe locations was not so safe last night.
Oh. Well, that's not so good.
Yeah, admittedly though, being a rat, as you were just kind of like laying around, being small, you saw a couple kids walk into an alley. They were, sitting around and scrounging through things, and you saw one of them kind of go through a pile, and a guy jumped out of the pile. Started yelling at the kids. Dude was crazy. Kids kind of, backed up and run away. He caught one of them, and was kind of yelling at him when around the corner came a guy with a hatchet.
Oh.
Interesting.
And you got to see the guy with the hatchet run up on this crazy homeless man and basically start chopping into him. And you could see the tattoo on the guy's arm.
I'm guessing the Legion tattoo.
Oh, yeah. You saw marks on the kids also. They had, like Legion pins and things like that.
Huh. Despite having sort of an inquisitive nature, I'm pretty sure the reaction to that is, I need to get out of here quickly and quietly so they don't step on me or slash me in half. I don't want to be dead.
Well, being a rat, you can scurry away pretty quickly. Or you could just stay put and they probably aren't going to find you.
That's also true. And I do have... Oh yeah, I could actually just stay put and they probably wouldn't find me. Jeez.
But you basically see this guy, screaming at this man, our streets! Our streets!
And it's the homeless man who was crazy. No, holy shit.
Then they take the guy and start dragging him off, still alive. And as the guy starts screaming, the guy holds him down, takes a knife, and cuts out his tongue.
Holy shit.
And he throws the tongue, and it lands splat right by you.
Just.
Emergency transformation, go!
Yes, turn right back into a human and go, oh fuck, wait, they hack up humans. I think he has a sense of preservation to go.
Form.
No, I'm in rat form. He sleeps in rat form.
Okay,
He likes being in rat form. Because he's a rat. But yeah, you see a tongue land next to you. I'm thinking his entire reaction is basically, okay, I'm not even going to breathe or move. I'm going to pray to God they leave.
And then you're going to eat the tongue.
Delicious.
Well, technically rats are carnivores, and they will eat human flesh. Ew. It's just weird to think about because then you turn back into a human later, and it's like, yeah.
Oh no, it's still delicious.
I mean, yeah, he is still just a rat, so... And life ain't easy when you're a rat, so he probably would.
Do it.
Seriously, it seriously has the aspect. It's like, even if it doesn't ever get tagged, yeah, he would, actually. Food's hard to come by on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only steal so many handfuls of nuts from the bar before the owner gets mad and shoots at you or something. Or says, get the fuck out.
And really, life is hard as a rat. Has been tagged at least once before. But...
Oh, I'm just going to use it regardless, because it's fun.
Yeah. No, you get... Yeah, you eat... So yeah, you have a nice tongue.
I mean, beef tongues are a delicacy in some I don't get the appeal because they are really unpleasant to me, but whatever.
All right. So, other than that, I'm guessing you're just... What are you doing?
Well, after they leave, the tongue gets devoured. He's probably like, oh yeah, someone died in front of me. Shit, I wish I had a phone. I wish I knew what a phone was. I wish I knew what a phone number was. Although he has a scholarship high enough, he probably does know, actually. Yeah, he probably does know that. But it's like, I don't have a phone. Phones cost money. I'm trying to think if I could contact the party or something and just say, guy got killed in front of me. It's just, how would I do that? Do I know where anyone lives who would be willing to listen to an insane rat man?
I mean, you could track down Kitlin, but she's not going to be there.
Yeah.
Who else have you come across?
I'm going to look, actually. Should. Let me just find it. Excuse me. Yeah. Let's see. I need to reopen the document because I did not put all the guest stars in. Shit. But he ran across Sean and Madeline, so those are the two he guest starred in. I can't remember the other ones. I will look.
All right. Do you have any reason to know where they live? Or would you have cared about where they live? Or would either of you have cared to show Parv where you live?
And he's a crazy homeless rat man. So maybe not as crazy.
Are you talking to me?
No, we're talking to Sean and Madeline.
Okay.
Wait, did I guest star in one of
Yeah,
Eddie's?
I need it.
Did I just guest star in one of Eddie's stories?
Maybe.
I can't find the document, so I gotta remember where it was. Shared with me. That's right, I remember how this works now.
Yeah, you did. I helped you with Rodent Reaver.
Okay, then those would be... Oh, I found it. Sorry. I need to actually put that in my bio. Why did I not do that?
I mean, also, I do have the aspect Outcast Unite, which came from that that interaction.
There's also Vernon.
Which is the whole, yeah.
So yeah,
Well, Caitlin has crashed with me a couple times. Sometimes it's been her hurt, and sometimes it's been like some of her little friends. So I don't see why Parv wouldn't know where I am simply because he's close with Caitlin and might have visited or followed her or whatever.
All right, so yeah, you know where Madeline is.
okay, that'd actually make the most sense they would go to, because even if you knew where Eddie lives, that's really far away. Only so far that little rodent legs can carry you without inhuman speed. One day, I'll be the hyper rat.
One
Yeah,
day he will figure out that the subway system exists.
You mean you ride giant metal things underground in a stone passageway? Nah, I guarantee that's what it'll be like. Oh shit, there are tunnels all over New York. I can get around however I want. No, yeah, it would make
And
sense.
really, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And really, it is true. I mean, you probably do know about the subway. On it is fairly simple. You just like turn into a rat. You walk down the stairs, go around a corner, turn into a rat. Oh wait, you lose your clothes. Yeah, that would be that'd be the problem.
That's kind of a problem. Which would make the most sense then. I'm trying to get into his mind as much as I can, and it's kind of hard. It's almost like it's not a normal human mind or something. But yeah, logically, assuming he operates on logic and not insanity, I think it's logic. Okay, yeah, I'm getting into character now. So just respond to myself with, what is insanity but another form of logic? That only makes sense to one person. Anyway, yeah, he would go to Madeline's house then if he knows where she lives. Or Maddie. That's right.
All right. I'm guessing you're turning into a human and running there?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my safe spots, so there's spare clothes or the clothes that I have been wearing, so.
All right.
I mean, if not,
What,
there's some
you're
clothes.
going to so you're going to a different spot, getting clothes, and then going?
That actually makes a lot more sense. Yeah, they probably would have taken, or, yeah, he would. Never mind. Yeah.
No. I mean, you have your clothes there. You have your rags that you could dress in. You could, in the middle of the alley that you've been in, turn into a human, put on your rags, and walk away.
I don't know if they're entirely gone, though. I mean, they could be fairly close, and I don't want an axe to the Eddie thing. Thank you. Yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense. Damn, it makes me think. Well, you wouldn't think about that entirely, most likely. His thought is, yeah, they're probably gone. He's a bit naive. So yeah, he would get turn back into human, dress in his clothes, and then dash off towards Madeline's house.
Here's a chip. Take a chip.
I'm taking a chip. I'm well aware of what this could be.
All right. So yeah, you head to Madeline's uncle's shop. Madeline, where's your uncle?
Well, probably in his lab or asleep. Is it still kind of early morning?
No, this is still late night.
Oh. Well, then he'd be in his like, shop. Like, the place in the back that I'm not supposed to go, because his insurance won't cover me.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently he's fixing another gas leak, because you can totally smell that, like, rotten egg smell.
Definitely gas.
Definitely gas.
Extremely dangerous.
Personally, I think that he just doesn't clean up back there, and he's probably got some actual rotten.
Yeah, probably. Anyway. So, Harv, will you please make me an alertness test?
Sure thing. Me. See, got every human form alertness. Oh yeah, you can move windows. So roll 40F plus 3. Damn.
All right.
Good job, Dice.
So,
I'm not getting another one of those tonight.
all right. You, kind of, let's see. Yeah. You're fairly certain you're being followed.
Actually, wait. Crap, I used the rat form. That is actually a 3. He's not aware he's being followed. My bad. I am sorry.
All right.
I misread.
All right. So, you think you're getting there, good and clean. However, as you make your way to the city, you kind of look up, and you think you see a figure standing on the roof, looking down at the what's it called, the house.
Humans are weird.
Yep. It's on the roof of an adjacent building. As you kind of like are walking down the street and you're kind of looking around, and then it's more the shadow that you notice first. That's cast. It's like, that's odd. That's a person up there. Do they have a sword? Humans are weird.
Humans are weird.
I mean, based on everything, that would probably be his thought process. Not like us rats. We're perfectly normal.
But yeah, so
Rage, run!
yeah. So yeah, you as you are going in, there's a woman coming out who kind of looks at you. Like, she's very well dressed. She's a little off, but she's like, she just kind of nods and like walks past you really quick.
Oh, they really are weird. Just go. Okay, and keep walking.
I mean, you're at the door now, basically.
Oh, okay. I'm certain you would know the custom of knocking at the very least, or ring a bell.
Yeah.
Is it a bell?
Maddie.
Yes.
Just as your other guest leaves, there's a knock on your door.
Oh, for the love of... I just want some sleep.
Good luck with that one.
I'll go and get the door.
It's Parv.
Hello.
Hey, you looking for Kit?
Possibly. Also, I might. I might have seen something, and one of my places to sleep might not be a good place to sleep anymore. So,
Did something happen? Wait, where do you sleep?
uh, you'd probably name off a couple of locations.
Alleys. He sleeps in
Yeah.
alleys. He's a dirty
Basically.
homeless. He's a dirty homeless bum. A dirty homeless bum that you know has showed up, appeared at your door, and is like, I don't have a safe place to sleep.
That's really not safe, dude. I mean, there's shelters and stuff, and you can always crash on the floor here. But I mean, crazy crap happens in LA. Crazy crap happens everywhere lately. She looks like stressed and unhappy.
It does. Something. I just saw some crazy crap happen near where I sleep. So,
Right. Well, come and see Kit. She's kind of not feeling so good, and you might cheer her up.
okay.
I'm like avoiding letting you tell me what happened because I don't think I can take any more.
It's almost like with this crew, weird shit happens around us.
Almost like your player characters or something.
I know, it's so weird.
Anyway,
Well, yes, but no one has told me anything yet. I still think I
Hey.
might be insane.
you hard dodged someone that would have given you a whole bunch of information earlier.
Ooh.
The lady.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
have no
well-
idea what she knows. She was trying to ask you what you're doing, and you didn't tell her anything. It's on you.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when you don't, like a friendly acquaintance wants to come in and have tea with you, you don't start sobbing on their shoulder about how you think that a zombie mage might have saved someone's life for you because she felt bad. I mean, I'm sorry, you just don't do that.
Is that not normal for humans? Huh.
I think that's perfectly normal. So
See nothing wrong with this.
The fact that there's a zombie mage person with a katana, yes. That's sounds like New York on a Thursday night.
With her hand sewed on in such a way that there was a gap between it and her arm. I mean, that's getting a little weird even for New York.
all right. I should be more clarified. There wasn't a gap. It just looked like it had been stitched together.
Oh, okay.
Like,
When you had described it, it was like it was hanging, but still
Yeah.
moving in a very horrifying way.
She looked like she looked like Frankenstein's monster, basically. When only when in a spell. After the spell, she looked perfectly normal. Like,
Like a goth kid.
yeah.
Man, fashions are just really getting out there.
Hey. So, you're taking Parvison. I'm guessing you're going, I'm going to bed, because this is entirely too much. We'll talk about this crazy stuff in the morning.
Yeah, well, she'll make Parv comfy first. Like she'll show him where Kitlin is and get him a blanket and a pillow and something to drink. You know, she's not a crappy hostess. She's just had a real bad day. She'll probably be a little bit robotic while doing those things, but
I think he would know. Well, let me just look. Yeah, he would know enough to be empathy of 2. He'd probably be like, I think something's wrong. That's why I have empathy.
Roll me alertness, both of you.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
Yay! Slightly less shit. Yeah, it's the same rolls before.
I'm on the wrong thing. Where is the actual page? Here we go.
All right. You both you're talking for several minutes, and you're talking for several minutes, and then you think you both hear the sound of a bottle breaking, like outside of your house, and then like a whoosh.
Like a whoosh?
And there's light coming from outside, like the side, like the corner of your house.
Okay. Can I look out a window?
Yeah.
I want to do that too. Because I'm
Fire.
Oh, shit. That was a Molotov, wasn't it?
Yeah. The shop's on fire. The side of the house. You think you might be able to see a few figures running off in the distance, but you're really concerned about the fire.
Is it actually harming the building?
The building is caught on fire, so
Okay.
It's spreading.
Okay. Right. Well, fuck. I'm gonna help Kitlin up, and I'm gonna go tell Parv to bang on the back door for my uncle and try to get everyone out.
Okay.
All right. Caitlin is out of it. That girl, your guest had some better drugs, and so Caitlin is totally loopy.
Right. Fireman's carry this.
All right. So yeah, Parv, you go down and you give me a roll.
What skill? Or just
Alertness.
I don't see shit.
Oh, it smells horrible down there.
Oh,
Anyway,
good.
Yeah, Madeline. So you carry Kitlin outside, but but you're able to say that there's a fire, and you tell her uncle that she needs to get out. You know, the uncle like basically is like, "What? Okay, I'll be going there." So you go outside, Kitlin. Madeline, give me an alertness roll. All right. As you walk outside, you do notice that there seems to be a man standing in the middle of the street.
Okay.
All right. So here's the thing I want to ask you, Sarah. You seem like you want your character to slowly understand and learn this stuff. How big of a push are you looking for your character to get towards the fact that supernatural is real?
I don't ultimately mind if it's a sudden harsh realization or if it's a like slow acceptance denial kind of thing. I was just sort of waiting to see how the story would kind of influence her. So, you know, if something major or mystical happens right in front of her face, she's not gonna like mortal wash it away.
Okay.
She already hasn't done that, but she's kind of not processing right now, you know?
I just wanted to make sure that, you know, before things went too far, because I have two ways that this could go, and one of the ways I think is A, going to give you even more information that that your character really should know about her family, and that and the other way is different. So, yeah, there's a guy in the middle of the street. Parv, are you getting out of the house that's on fire?
I banged on the door, and I don't know if he noticed, but yeah.
He
Alright.
did. Brandon said that the uncle said he was coming.
Okay, then yeah, I'll get out.
All right, so you're heading up there. You see a man that you recognize through the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
It's the man with the hatchet. He's got two of them now. One of them is still dripping.
Well then.
Well, shit. That ain't good.
So yeah, this man looks at you and goes, I want the man inside the house.
He looks at me.
Yeah.
Which man? What? I don't. What did you do?
The homeless man. Bring him out here, and I'll make it painless for you. Parker, what are you doing?
I might do the dumbest thing I can, but
Do it.
because the dumbest thing I can think of doing, which, he's terrified, but someone offered him shelter for the night, and now their house is burning. I figure what he would do is he would turn to rat form and basically jump at the guy, jump on his head or something. Just rush him. As a rat. This is a good idea, right?
Rat rush.
Right.
Or like a were rat, or like a little itty bitty gutter rat.
He's a small rat. He has diminutive size.
Admittedly, a small rat can still be like
Really
a
annoying.
fairly large rat.
Even a small rat can do quite a lot of damage to someone.
Yeah.
I mean, they go for the eyes.
Great. Go for the eyes, boo. Go for the eyes.
Exactly. Oh, the boo's a hamster.
Oh, yeah.
Actual time and universe.
Miniature giant space hamster.
Yes.
Don't suppose I could make it to the umbrella stand inside the front door, could I?
You could, yeah.
Umbrella fencing.
Well, I mean, where else would you keep your foils?
You can. You're just outside. You could go back inside and get it.
Right.
Pass the guy with the axes, though.
I have to say, I think axe beats foil in the weapon triangle.
Well, yeah, but better than nothing. I could probably manage to disarm him with greater reach.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a gift of this, actually.
Well, even small axes, they're not the fastest of weapons. Whereas
But they might
foils-
be SEA. They might be SEA savers, though.
All right.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, the SEA is like a reenactors club for the medieval era, and they put on actual fencing, like in a ring and not on a line, and with swords that don't bend in half. You know?
That's a fair point. Building on fire.
Anyway, so yeah, I'll grab, I'll grab a good stick and a. Well, I'll just grab a foil and a like a little dagger version.
I have the perfect song for this encounter. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a claymore as opposed to an axe, but similar principle.
It's not a battle axe; it's a hatchet.
So yeah, it's
Meaning their maximum reach is about 4 inches beyond the length of their hand.
Seriously, the fencer's reactions just, oh shit, my hand! Fuck, run! I love it. Oh god.
All
I'm
right.
not saying I'll win. I'm saying I'll have a better chance against the crazy hatchet man with my foils than barehanded.
All right.
Well, you might have just realized supernatural shit exists. If he does turn to a rat and rush him, oh god.
Well, I wouldn't have seen you do that as I was staring at the guy and you were behind me. So far, all I know is that I had the good fortune to have a rat terrified by the fire rush out and attack the guy and distract him long enough for me to arm myself.
so just right out of nowhere, and Parvis disappears at the same time, coincidentally.
Well, I didn't know he was
Chris is a
there.
dick.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just a rat out of hell. Sorry. I have meatloaf on the brain. Ugh.
What the hell?
All right. So,
Oh, wait, that's an even better song.
rat form Parvis.
Oh, that's a perfect song for this.
All right. So you got building on fire late at night with semi-effective street lamps. There are Is your house part of a row house or?
Yeah, I was thinking of it as like
Oh god.
sort of the quintessential like shoved in townhouse building, you know. You sort of think of when you're thinking of anywhere in New York that isn't actually in Times Square.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, actually. Oh god, though. Someone will notice the fire, definitely, then.
Yeah, so these are the other houses. This is the other basic building areas.
Mm-hmm.
That's the little area outside. It's kind of dark from beyond the area. So yeah, you pull out your sword and the rat goes and attacks this guy. So give me an attack with the rat, please.
Would that be fists?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Well, I got a 0.
Yeah, he just jumps out of the way and tries to like kick at you. And then Maddie, what are you doing?
Brandon.
Honestly, not understanding
think I
what's
ever
going on
picked
at
up my-
all. Probably shouting for my uncle and standing in front of Kit's prostrate body,
All right.
hoping that the guy doesn't come at me, but kind of getting ready for that eventuality.
Sean, what do you do? What did you say?
I never picked up my token
You picked up your token?
chip. No, the fate chip that's offered for that.
There it is.
Got to take it.
All right.
Sorry.
To Parv, yeah, you can't get a hit on the guy.
Well, it would have been a miracle if that had hit.
Madeline.
Yep.
So you're just sort of
Taking a defensive posture in front of Kit and screaming for my uncle.
roll me weapons as a block.
Okay.
Against anyone doing anything to Kit, because you're basically using your weapons to block anyone from doing anything to Kit. So.
Damn it! That's so freaking annoying. This is the 4th time that I've laid out all my skills only to delete them because the thing won't update. Like my profile. Yeah.
Because there's a second tab with more detailed skills
Mm.
attributes and abilities.
See how I haven't been doing it there. Anyway, we said that I was good. What is good?
Good is +3.
Okay.
Nice.
So 5 block. 5 block's pretty good. This guy, however, is sees you have the weapon, so he's coming at you with a 5 attack.
What does that mean?
You're going to have to roll to defend yourself. You can use your weapons to defend yourself.
Ugh.
All right, so we're going to claim that this is a weapon 1 that he's got. So he hits you for 2 stress. So you take 2 physical stress.
How, though? We tied?
No, he got a 5, you got a 4.
But I defended against him already. I don't understand.
You said that 5 there was for protecting Kitlin.
No, I was giving myself a defensive stance and putting myself physically between him and Kitlin.
See, what I determined that is that you are doing a defense against anyone who's trying to attack Kitlin has to beat your defensive 5.
Well, that was not my intent. I didn't even know that could be a thing.
All right. Well, then it will be a weapon 1 that he would have hit you with.
Okay.
Because he matched. So you would take 1 stress still.
All right. I don't know how to do that, but I'll try to remember.
Do you have endurance at 1?
I don't know.
I gave you endurance at 1, so we're going to pretend you have an endurance at 1. You have 3 physical stress boxes.
Okay.
A 1, a 2, and a 3. You have to cross out the 1 right now. So you can take about 3 more hits until you're going to be forced to be taken out, unless you take consequences and things.
You can voluntarily take consequences to reduce the stress damage down to potentially 0, but consequences are actual effects. So, like, cut forehead, and then Brandon could tag it to have the blood get in your eye or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Parv and Madeline, what are you doing?
I don't know what I would roll for this, but the idea came to my mind. Is there any way I can sort of trip him up, like mess with his footing by getting between his feet or messing with his... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Biting his ankle.
That would... You could roll your athletics versus his to be able to...
All right. I will attempt to do that. I have slightly better athletics as a rat.
He's trying to defend with a 2, and you get
a
3. So he has the aspect on him rat underfoot, which there's a free tag that can be used for attacks or various things. Maddie, what are you doing?
I've had about a damn enough of this day, and I think I'm gonna snap a little bit. My ultimate goal is to disarm him in order to render him less of a threat to me. But I think I'm not carrying too much if I hurt him a bit here. I know that's ultimately something that my character would try to control, but I think she's cracking up a little bit. So I want to try to take advantage of the fact that he's lost his footing and try to knock the blades out of his hands or make him fall down on his ass.
All right, so that would be a maneuver.
Right. How does that work?
Well, are you trying to disarm him? Because if you're trying to disarm him, that would probably be weapons roll versus weapons roll. Try to at least knock him out of the area.
I think that's probably best.
All right. So. You roll a 3.
And do I get a bonus for taking advantage of his distractedness?
You could if Parv decides to give it to you. However, you're doing this to try to establish another aspect and get another free tag. So if you manage to do it without using the free tag, then you guys will have 2 free tags against this guy.
Okay.
Basically, +4 to any roll.
Admittedly, you could. I would.
Can I tag something of mine?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
But it's usually not that as beneficial. Although it's kind of like putting a chip on layaway, though. I suppose I would make the roll first to see if you even need to do it. You don't. So you've probably not really knocked him. You've probably not knocked the weapon fully out of his hand, but he's definitely got, say, either off balance or unsteady grip, whichever one you like better, on him.
I think we'll do unsteady grip.
Unsteady grip. All right. So he is... All right, so... He's going to try to get a better grip on his weapon, and he can't. So he was trying to get rid of one of the aspects that you put on him for his entire turn. He doesn't have that. Harv, what are you doing?
Let's see, I've knocked him off.
Out of the nuts!
I don't have fists is the problem, and biting is technically fists. It's more physical attack, just unarmed. I was thinking about this and I just don't know. I mean, I've got a block on him for that. Well, not block, but an aspect. 2 aspects. I'm trying to think of other ways I can distract him or do something. Like, It's almost like being a rat is kind of a bad thing in some ways.
I mean, you could try to start making a whole bunch of rat noises to, throw off his concentration.
You're right, actually.
I would probably say that's something like performance.
I'm going to try it anyway, even though I don't have that.
All right, he's got a 2.
I if I can beat a 2, or is it match or beat? Beat, probably.
Remember, it's if you match it, it's fragile. If you exceed it, it's sticky.
If you completely fail like that, well, shit.
Yeah. So yeah, he's able to put out at any of your chitterings, unless of course you want to tag an aspect to put that up there.
Good. I might. I will. I think I'll tag my high concept.
All right.
There we go. We've got... That's 3 free tags now. He's basically putting a chip on layaway. You're right. It's going to be putting it.
So, Maddie, it's your turn. This guy seems to be really distracted by this rat thing. And apparently this rat is just going after this dude.
Do I see a big enough opening to, like... The only way I can see ending this is, like, to punch him in the head with the hilt of my sword and try to knock him out?
You could. No, you could totally do that. It would be a weapons attack.
Okay.
You would roll weapons, and he would oppose it. He's got a 4.
Right. Can I tag things?
Yes. Parv, are you giving her your free tags?
You're welcome to the free tag.
All right.
And I have a free tag of my own. So what does that get me?
So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be an 8 that you got. You can also throw some of your own chips on your own aspects, or other aspects in the scene.
Do I need to do that if I already have 8?
Always fair to go big.
Well.
I mean,
debatable, but you might as well, because isn't your refresh like 8 anyways?
Okay.
The other thing that you have to think about is the fact that if this guy is able to take consequences and he takes a minor and a moderate, he reduces that to 6. And if he just takes a moderate, he can reduce it to 4, and he might have 4 stress boxes. 4 is a valid mortal number of stress boxes.
Okay.
If you can spend 2, maybe 3 more chips on this, you're clear.
Well,
There's nothing to do.
I don't know how far fetched I can take these aspects. Like, can I tag building on fire for crazy adrenaline strength, or
Sure,
Okay.
I will let you tag building on fire. You look back at the building on fire and like, I really need to do this now.
Yeah.
They're also your own aspects.
You also tag your high.
Stretch
You tag
is basically as
high
much
concept.
as is acceptable.
Hmm.
Almost democratic.
Sorry, what did
in a
you say?
sense.
What did you say, Max?
I said the extent to which you can stretch the aspects is basically the extent to which the group finds it acceptable. It's a very democratic system in its way.
Well, the group and the GM. If you guys all go, no, this aspect should totally work, and I go, you all are smoking crack, I'm sorry, you're out of luck.
Brandon, you're part of the gaming group.
I am. I have
didn't imply that
veto.
the GM didn't still have seniority, but it definitely gives the group more say than most systems would.
Oh, yes, it does. Yes.
Tag building on fire plus your high concept, and you only need to think of one more.
Okay.
What
Could
are
use
all
my
your-
savior complex, I guess. I am protecting someone.
Boom, that's 3.
What is your high concept?
Mine?
Yes.
I don't remember. I think
Naive
naive college girl. Yeah.
All right. How does being a naive college girl help you in sword fighting this guy?
It doesn't. I don't know. Am I only allowed to attack my high concept here?
You're not allowed to tag your high concept, but that was one of the ones that was suggested by Sean, by Connor, because most people's high concepts would go.
No, he was talking about my savior complex aspect. Because I'm protecting someone?
You mentioned that. He mentioned high concept.
Okay.
Your savior complex totally works. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, savior complex. I'm looking now at the aspects on the document. It's like, I don't think
I think that's it.
Oh,
wait. This is also a weapon 2. I forgot. So you're at all right. So this is a weapon 2. So you're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're at 14 stress with this one little hit.
Okay, I think that might be enough. And you can go for 20 if you want to go crazy, but
I think we're probably good.
Have you got a free tag off of that or something like that?
I can understand that.
Scene aspect, semi-effective street lamp.
Semi-effective street lamps.
Have you tagged it?
No. Why would I? I don't understand how that would help.
Oh,
Green
damn
light,
it! I
it's
could have
distracting.
realized. I could have just realized.
Distracted him from the attack line. You to hone in on a weak point.
I could have made a declaration earlier. The house is dark, which could have been helped. Damn it! Hindsight. Oh well. I'm remembering how this works.
Anyway, I think that I think we probably got him, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I think 14's
I would. You are not nearly paranoid enough.
She hasn't fought.
Well, we have 3 free tags and 2 that I bought, and I didn't roll that badly, and I'm using a better weapon than him.
You got a roll of 12 and a weapon 2. So that makes a total of 14 stress minus 4 is 10. He takes an extreme that brings it down to 2, but he's probably not going to do that because it's an NPC. But there's the fact of the matter that this guy might be supernatural, and essentially might be supernatural.
Okay, it makes sense for Sean to think that, but she's a naive college girl. So
Anyway, so you're good with this?
I'm good with this.
All right. He gets taken out.
yeah.
He can absorb it. But in this amazing just feat of just like utter heroics, you are like almost literally transformed into Zorro. And and you beat him back, and like the clouds open light up, and like moonlight shines down, and you look up, and you definitely see that girl, and she's looking down to you, and you think she gives you a nod. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
I'm feeling sassy, so I'm gonna tip my sword in a little bit of a salute.
All right. All right. She turns and walks away, or she stays there, and she sort of draws her sword as you're. All right. So first of all, I want you to tell me what are the stipulations you're putting on this guy getting taken out, because I control how he gets taken out, but you get to set the stipulations for
With
it.
the boundaries?
Yeah.
You mean like? Well, I don't want him to be dead. I want him to be. I want him to have a really nasty lump on his head and not to wake up for a day.
All right. All right. Really nasty lump on his head, be out for at least a day. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you manage to... All right, so as he's swinging down at you, you manage to actually knock away his axe, stab him in the foot, and then just, like, punch him right in the face. Just, like, his head cocks to the side, and he's just like, oh, he goes down, like, he hits the ground. But he starts staggering up and backing away. And that's when the whole light through the moon thing and the sword tipped and things like that, and all that happens. And as she draws her sword, there's a glint of it that reflects off the blade down into the street and onto another axe. And as you look, you realized he wasn't alone. There were several more people in the street.
Oh, joy.
They look younger, but now you can see them pulling out various weapons. And they start emerging from the shadows on you. And as you do this, he's struggling to get away, and he's trying to come up to his feet, and then all of a sudden, sulfur, rotten eggs, explosion of heat and fur from the front of your house, and dogs with fire around their ankles come exploding out the door, and they start charging at absolutely fucking everyone who isn't you.
Holy crap! Including the other the necromancy girl.
She's still up on the roof.
Okay.
So, I mean, a few dogs go there and they start barking up there, and she's like, all right. She's not doing anything. But, Parv, I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you life's hard for a rat. So maybe you should just run the fuck away from this. Because getting eaten by a hound of hell is probably not the best thing.
Like, I can help with a guy with an axe, that's bad. Something that looks like it crawled out of hell and is already a predator that doesn't normally attack rats but can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
The hellhounds start savaging the guy in the street, and the people start just. It is cacophonous, and you start to hear a voice speaking in guttural language that you have never heard before, but yet the voice is familiar. and it's coming from behind you.
I'm gonna look.
It's your uncle. His eyes are totally black, and his hands are outstretched, and he seems to be commanding the dogs.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, what the fuck? Ah.
I don't know how. I think my character might faint. That's the only appropriate reaction I can think of right now.
All right. That works. So, Matilda faints. All right,
Madeline?
So, sorry, Madeline. Madeline faints. Don't worry. I'm sure it was all just a really weird dream.
Of course, dreams happen all the time. They're all definitely fake.
So,
Not like your uncle is some sort of demon
Eddie!
summoner, it'll be ridiculous.
Eddie.
Yes.
So, you just got pulled into a case by Vernon, who then decided to go to sleep. In the thing.
Thanks, by the way.
You dragged him all the way out of his home state. Got him to drive you to Central Park, and then you were like, thanks. Never bed.
You may not have noticed this about Vernon yet, but he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Like, why am I friends with this guy? Oh yeah, we're outcasts. So I have to be friends.
He'll do the right thing when it counts, but he'll be a dick the rest of the time.
Yeah, not really a good thing.
I'm sure the cab driver agrees with you.
Eddie, what are you doing?
So I am I'm using my contacts to find out what the word on the Legion is, what they've been up to.
All right.
They're apparently going around axe murdering people.
Roll me contacts.
Yes. Since this will be counting as gathering information, I am using a stunt I have.
Uh-huh.
I know just the guy. So a +1 to roll, and if this involves a time increment, it'll be one thing faster.
All right.
Where are my contacts? 3, so +1's 4. All right. Or it is. So yeah, my question is specifically, what has the Legion been doing recently? Anything out of the ordinary?
Dying horribly.
Yeah. You hear word on the street is Legion got their ass handed to them by some punk in Alphabet City, and so in order to save face, they have started expanding their territory northward. They're trying to carve up a new niche in the northern part of Manhattan, so they don't have to deal with whatever kicked their ass in Alphabet City. But don't let anyone hear you say that, because you'll get like an axe stuck in the back of your head.
Okay, got it. Alphabet City.
That's where I
is
live.
that?
Alphabet City is where you live, and it's also where that bar you go to is.
Ah. Wait, isn't that like near Midtown or? It's in Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alphabet City is part of Manhattan.
Okay.
It's like saying Chinatown. I need to go to Chinatown. Better leave Manhattan.
Ah.
No, Chinatown is part of Manhattan. Anyway. So Eddie, you know there's the bar there, and there's also at least one person who lives there. What are you doing?
Who is it that lives there?
Me.
Madeline.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I'll be right back.
I was just thinking, would would Eddie have any suspicion that Madeline would know anything about? Actually, yeah, she would, because she helped out these kids and is involved in that sort of stuff. So she probably has some sort of idea about the gangs going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like this is something supernatural that happened.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely not supernatural anyway. Nah, that Vern guy was just going crazy. Not supernatural, just some gangs. So yeah, I'd probably go visit Madeline when she gets back.
all right. So, the question I am going to ask is, where did you go, Mr. Rat-faced rat bastard?
Sorry, I ran to the bathroom. Ugh, I apologize. I held up the entire counter. Hello, I'm back. Sorry.
Hello.
Did I miss something? Sorry. I had to run up 2 flights of stairs. What's going on? Hello?
How far did you go when you ran?
Let's see. Would have stayed in rat form when he ran, so how far can a rat run?
Is there, at any point, are you going to come back to the area, like in the morning or something?
Yeah, he will come back in the morning.
All right.
Because that was
So,
freaking terrifying.
in the morning, you think you see a familiar car drive up?
It's not a police
Eddie.
car. Okay.
Yes.
It's a man with crazy hair. My God.
But you're a rat right now, right?
Yep.
So what are you doing?
Well, have they parked the car, or have gotten out, or what's going on?
Eddie, I'm assuming you're parking the car and getting out, right?
No, I'm just gonna crash into the.
Crash into the burnt out husk. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna park and get out.
Oh, it's not a burnt out husk. In fact, you can't see any fire damage.
Okay, first I see a guy get killed, and then I'm in a house that's on fire, and it stops. There's weird shit going on here. Don't have to be human to understand that. But walk up, you'll basically walk up as a rat to Eddie without getting stepped on, preferably.
Yeah. Eddie'll look down, say, "What the? Parv, is that you?"
The rat squeaks at you.
I'm gonna say, due to Outcast Unite, Parv and I developed, and also Eddie's being paranoid, developed a special sequence of squeaks that would allow him to know immediately if he was a rat and if there was danger nearby.
That is fantastic. I mean, he has the intelligence he could.
Are you spending a chip to do that? Because
You know what?
That would be tagging something.
That chip, it'll work.
That once my screen decides to actually do what I'm telling it to do. God damn it. There we go.
All right.
We have
You
developed
don't randomly pick up a random rat before Parv gets there. And
this.
I was so
not the right
totally gonna
rat.
do that. It's like you go and you lean down and you pick up a rat and it bites you. Why? It wasn't Parv. Parv, you see him reach down, pick up a rat, and it bites him.
That would have been hilarious, actually.
Instead. So, wait a minute, that's not a sequence of squeaks. And imposter! And I start trying to stomp the rat. Or no, I grab a broom or some stick-like object and start shooing it away.
Anyway,
Just
so
sit
Shouting
there
imposter.
and watch. Yeah, just be
Welcome
relatively
back.
close and watch and go, what the?
did I hear a return of Sarah? I thought I heard something.
Yes, I'm sorry. I've been back for a bit.
All right. Okay.
Huzzah!
So yeah, Parv. Yeah, that's Parv.
Okay. There's a Parv.
So then another rat comes up and squeaks the correct sequence. So from where I am now, everything looks normal. No,
Yeah.
no fire. Okay. Parv, what are you doing in rat form, buddy? I assume he squeaks in response.
You know,
Yeah,
just,
you haven't deciphered rat communication.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just
I
a few
kinda
simple codes.
I would
Hey,
kind
you
of
can throw him in the back of your car and he can turn into a person, a naked man, and then talk to you.
yeah, I would imagine he would have just he might not have squeaked, he'd just stare at you and you just have this strange feeling that he's calling you an idiot without saying a word.
So I'll grab Parvis and put it in my car. So go ahead and change back so I can talk to you. There's some clothes in the trunk.
You didn't put me in the trunk. No.
The seats fold back, okay? You can reach the trunk like that.
It's a hatchback. Just reach over the back of the back seat.
Wait, is it actually a hatchback?
No, it's not a crappy hatchback. It's a four-seater.
You have
Hey,
to try
I
over
have
your.
a hatchback and it is not crappy.
I like fun with this. But yeah, he'll turn back. Ugh. Excuse me for a second. I need to stop giggling. Okay.
What's going on? Did you have to run from something? Is Madeline okay?
I don't know if she's okay. She took out the guy with axes who attacked while the house was on fire.
What? The house isn't on fire? And the axes? What? Is the Legion here? What the heck?
I like how you know all the information already. Totally love it.
My God.
Actually, all right, fine. I'll throw you around the back. Axes. Like the Legion symbol. Like maybe people were hacked up with.
He immediately jumps on the correct train of thought because he's paranoid and insane. No. We should just name our
Some
group.
crazy guy with axes attacked? What the heck?
I know, right? Oh, I wonder if it was the same.
Then what?
Out of character, I don't know if I'd have to make a roll to remember that. If it's the same guy who attacked the homeless guy in the alley and cut him to bits.
Yes, he followed you to my house and then threatened my life so that he could get to you because you witnessed him killing someone.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, he would. Was for a second. Oh, he also killed someone near where I sleep.
He killed. What did he do? Wait a minute. He killed someone. Did he happen to chop them up?
Yeah, cut his what's his mouth? Tongue. Cuts the tongue out.
Ding ding. Well, that sounds a lot like what I suspect the Legion are doing.
Oh yeah, the Legion. Those.
See, at the park there was a killing, yada yada, going to the.
Yada yada yada. Exposition. Blah blah
Then I
blah.
I reached out to my contacts on the streets, and they said the Legion's been expanding their territory. besides the fact that I saw Legion symbols all over the crime scene. All these dead homeless people.
Oh,
So this guy, you're saying this guy followed you
I'm,
and attacked Madeline? Is she okay? What are we doing? We should go inside.
I don't know if she's okay, but I hope she is. We should go inside and check. You're right.
I feel like, I don't know, grab a tire iron or something and head towards the door. He'll root through his probably dirty car. You grab a tire iron.
So you grab a tire iron and start heading towards the door.
Or I guess what kind of... Where are we specifically? Is this like
Here.
an apartment or...
There's like a shop and then like apartments above, sort of thing.
Okay.
And it looks perfectly normal, I'm guessing.
Uh-huh.
Well, normal-ish for being a magic shop.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of those things where we have to go behind, like in an alley, to get to the upper level.
No, you'd have to walk through the store. I mean,
Okay,
there might be a
yeah.
back entrance thing, but
I won't take a tire.
I take a tire iron and I walk up to this legitimate business. That's a good way to get a shotgun in your face, man.
Yeah, okay. I'll put the tire iron back. All right.
I grab the
get
tire
it.
iron.
Wait,
I
how
then
did
think
Crazy
that-
and Max Murderface get through the legitimate business?
It was on fire.
He threw a Molotov cocktail at it,
Ah,
and then we left it, and he attacked us in the street.
all right. So wait, he attacked you in the street?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
well,
not
we're-
awake yet. You're not talking to her. Stop that.
okay. Parvis. Well, all right. I was confused. I thought she was attacked in her house.
I thought so too. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Probably wasn't.
Do I see Madeline nearby?
Probably not because she's unconscious. You were
All
going
right,
to say it. You know it.
Parvis, which way did it look like Madeline went?
I don't know, but she lives here.
All right, we're gonna go to her house and see what's going on.
All right. Meanwhile, Madeline, you wake up to the smell of bacon. It's a little burnt.
Okay. Gonna sit up real slowly, and try to figure out where I am.
You're in your bedroom on the floor. Someone has propped a pillow underneath you and laid a blanket over you. There's someone on your bed.
Who is the someone?
Caitlin, she's out cold.
Okay. Does she look okay? Like she's breathing properly and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna go downstairs.
All right. I assume that the kitchen isn't actually downstairs. I'm assuming you're more or maybe you're on the top two floors. So you're going down.
My room is like a converted attic space.
All right.
And then there's the apartment underneath of it, and then the store underneath of that.
All right. So yeah, so you go down into the apartment. And you're like, oh, hey, I'm sorry I didn't wake you. The what's it called got out of hand.
The what?
The food got out of hand.
The food.
I'm sorry. It's your
That's exactly
uncle.
what happened.
No.
Can I help?
You could get some. You could give me $20 for the alcohol. He points to the sink. I mean, I understand, you needing it for wounds and stuff, or drinking, but I mean, sure you
What?
didn't have
Well, I'm
You
sorry.
see
Point of order. What alcohol are you talking about?
you see 2 empty vodka bottles in the sink, bottoms up. or whatever alcohol he knows that you like to drink. It's in the sink.
Uncle, I didn't drink that.
Oh, sure you didn't. I'm sure you gave it to the other patient. The girl in there. She's a cute one.
She didn't have any either. She's pretty badly hurt. You know I wouldn't let her drink.
Alright. You must have a wicked hangover. He, takes some of the bacon grease, pours it into a glass, puts in an egg or whatever, just makes the stereotypical hangover cure, tops it out with orange juice, slides it over to you. Must have had some weird dream.
I'm not hungover, and that is disgusting. And I think that we're going to talk about this.
Talk about what?
I'm not stupid, and I'm not buying this.
Oh. I came up here, and you were passed out.
I remember the passing out part, but it didn't happen up here.
Well, what do you think happened?
I don't know. I expect an explanation, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, the shop, someone tried to burn it down. I remember. Uncle, my knuckles are bruised where I punched the guy in the face.
Oh, your hand is bandaged. Yes. He looks at your hand, it's like, those? I thought you came home with those. You punched a guy in the face?
Yeah, he threw a Molotov cocktail at my window.
Technically, it wasn't at your window. It was at the base of the house. Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, the house. If someone threw a Molotov cocktail at the house, I would know. Continues on doing domestic things and making food, and
you do know. You were there.
Sure you don't want the hangover cure? Sound like you're still out of it.
I'm very, very sure that I don't want that.
Bacon grease, hair of the dog that bit you,
Especially not the hair of the dog that I saw last night.
What dog?
Well, it was dogs, and you know perfectly well what I'm talking about. Please stop trying to make me think I'm going insane.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. He continues to deny. Deny.
Right. She's going to give out a very teenagery, ugh, even though she's like 10 years past that, and storm off upstairs.
All right, there's a knock on the door downstairs.
Well, I'm in the attic now. I don't know if my uncle is going to go open the door, but...
Well, you can hear it as you know.
Okay.
And you can probably look outside and see...
But you're ruining my huff walk!
I know.
Alright, I'll go downstairs.
You get about halfway up with your huff walk, you look out the window, and you see the two of them walking up. So it's kind of like, I can continue to huff walk upstairs, or I can talk to these people.
Right, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go downstairs.
Madeline makes a huff walk down the stairs. Shop is in immaculate order. Your fencing foil is right back by the door, right where you left it, almost as if it never had been touched.
Any new dings?
Nope. It's almost like this isn't the first time he's done shit like this.
Right.
Sorry,
well,
when you passed out, I'm like, yeah, your uncle's totally not telling you what went on here. Oh, she passed out. Good, I don't have to explain anything. Initiate Operation Cover Up.
That's more or less what I was expecting.
Anyway, so Eddie, as you go to the door, Madeline walks out. She's doing a huff walk.
Whoa. Hey, Madeline, what's going on?
I don't know, and my uncle is trying to make me crazy, and he's not telling me the truth, and my hand hurts, and...
Wait,
and
are you okay? Parvis right here, right?
Not really. I got attacked by, let's see, 4 guys over the course of 3 hours. My house was set on fire and magically isn't burned now. I decked a guy in the face who got eaten alive by a hell dog, only he's not admitting that it was here. And my uncle is some sort of demon, and I think I need to go to the hospital. She's holding her hands, like her head in her hands at this point.
Typical day in New York.
No, sorry, that was out of person. Is Parvis here, though? Like, still with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you waited for him to get changed, yeah.
All right. So, Maddie, you're not crazy. Parvis just led me here saying almost half of those things. So, you're at least half sane. Which means you're probably all the way sane.
I don't know if
I
it
mean,
makes
look
her
at
feel
me.
better.
I'm the picture of sanity and reasonableness.
He's giving you an appraising look with one eyebrow up.
So because the homeless guy who acts really weird said it happened.
How did you get out of the house last night? I called. I asked you to get my uncle, and he came out, but I never saw you leave.
I'm sorry, give me a second. I'm still good. Okay, sorry.
Parvis, what have you been doing?
Oh, I ran right... Oh, when those dog things came, I ran right out the door. You didn't see me?
No.
It sounds perfectly what he would say.
He's not lying.
I don't think so.
Huh. Weird. I mean, we fought that guy with the axes, right?
I mean, I punched him, but you weren't there.
Okay. Thought I was.
No.
Now he's
Although
just-
there was a big rat.
Hey, I'm not that big of a... I mean, what? Nah,
What?
Not
I
that
didn't say it
right.
like that. It'd be more like, I'm sorry. That was me shooting off my mouth being a smart ass. He would have said something like, hey, I'm not a big, like, never mind. He would have stopped himself like, all right. Huh.
What?
What? I didn't say anything.
Brian, what time is it?
11:34.
It's probably around 5.
In the morning?
In the morning?
Or in the evening?
5:30 in the morning.
PM or AM?
Okay. You said in the morning,
PM?
so my guess is AM. All right. So,
She passed out.
yeah, she passed
That's-
out. I don't know if I saw her pass out. I don't think I did, actually. Oh. Back in character. Oh. Is your uncle okay?
He's making bacon. I don't know if that
Bacon?
qualifies as okay.
Bacon,
You
you
want
say?
some?
Possibly. So, you remember everything that happened, right?
Yes. It's kind of difficult to forget. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah, seeing two guys, or not two guys, I'm sorry, a guy with two axes. Slip the tongue. Seeing a guy with two axes and fire and a rat and
And dogs. Big, scary dogs. We
very
don't
scary.
have dogs. And they were on fire. I mean, the building was on fire, but they didn't look that unhappy about being on fire.
I didn't. Yeah, they were very, very scary. Gets a bit fidgety as he says that. Like, they're not here, are they? Oh, they're gone. Okay. Okay. Well, he's a rat. He doesn't like things that are on fire and chasing him. With the keyword being on fire, but also chasing him. But yeah.
It sounds like those both sound like pretty keywords.
Yes. So,
Well, did you see what happened? Because, like, I can't accept that it was some sort of crazy dream. And my uncle's trying to convince me I was drunk. I didn't have a drop last night. I had tea with the neighbor woman, not a handle of vodka.
well, I saw the fire and all that, and I saw the guy with the axes, and then I turned and then tried to fight him so we could get out, and then I ran because dogs are scary when they are on fire.
But I didn't see you fighting him. It was just me and the random terrified rat.
Yes. Hi.
Hello? So where were you again?
Oh shit, if you turn inside the house, his clothes are still in there.
Yeah. No, those got thrown away.
Okay. I was gonna say, those are his usual stinky clothes.
They got brought into the basement and pitched into the fires of hell.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Rude.
Very rude, but probably improves the smell of those clothes a little bit. I'm just saying, he had one outfit for a long time. But, But your uncle says nothing happened. Should we, Well, you're not going crazy, I think. Unless I'm crazy. I don't think I'm crazy.
We're not crazy.
Is the gibbering homeless
crazy.
person?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I
Why
don't
does
think I'm
everyone
crazy.
jump to crazy?
The hair. Nah,
Admittedly, you guys might know a bar where you could take her, where she could have a drink, and you could
Oh,
explain
shit, we
all
do.
of this.
Let's go there.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, on that note,
Yeah.
I'm
It
tired
is-
and it's late, and I
it
have
is
to
late.
work in the morning.
And I was going to wrap it up here anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, this is actually a great jumping off point.
So hopefully we'll have Kit and Madeline and Parv and Eddie at the tavern next week, explaining everything that happened.
Brandon,
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Yes,
Sean.
Sean.
since we're wrapping up, I want to establish that Sean's actions, at least at 5:30, is he's getting up early and making breakfast for everybody.
Yeah. I assumed as much. Sean's being a good daddy. Anyway. So, I will see you all next week, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good week.
Oh. Well, never mind. I was going to say